You know what? I have about had it up to here with Zhang Wei Li. I am sick of Zhang Wei Li. She is inactive for the sake of it because she's lazy. Right now, she is one of the most annoying champions in the UFC at the moment. I can't say she's one of the worst because she is a great fighter. But having her as the champion right now is unfortunate because she chooses to be inactive. And until I hear news about her dealing with an injury, which I guarantee you she's not, I'm not okay with this news. Tatiana Suarez in December should be fighting for the belt right now. UFC 210, I should be looking forward to a title fight with her. And instead, they're rescheduling the Virna Jandiroba fight. I mean, screw it. Even if Tatiana wasn't getting a shot and they were giving it to Virna, at least if Weili was fighting this year, I wouldn't have much of a problem other than Tatiana not getting it. But we're just gonna let Zhang off the hook for being inactive? But when Rose was champion and when she was inactive without injuries, well, I know she had the neck injury, but she was probably exaggerating that. She did kind of change the story and just came out and said she just really didn't want to fight. She was losing the passion. But when she was inactive, y'all were on her ass. When Rose was an active champion, y'all had a lot to say. But when Weili sits still and does nothing, oh, she gets a pass. She gets a slap on the wrist, and y'all will be okay with this because Tatiana hasn't earned the title shot and Weili doesn't have to fight her. That is BS. Weili has no need to only have fought one time this year. And she's getting worse with her inactivity. She used to fight, every 6 to 7 months, but at least she'd fight twice a year. 3 times a year is too much to ask for. Twice a year, that's fine. But now she can't even fight twice a year. When she fought once in 2023, when she fought 9 months after getting the belt back and fought in August, and then waited till early 2024 to fight again. Okay, understandable. But she can't fight again in December? Are you serious? How is Suarez not fighting for the belt? Or how is neither of them getting a title shot? I mean, it would be bullshit if Virna got it first, but how is Weili not fighting? How is she not fighting when she's healthy? And how are we okay with this? I mean, I'm angry because Suarez is not going to get a title shot. Okay? I had to sit through Alexa Grasso getting 50-45'd by Valentina Shevchenko. I have Pena probably losing to Raquel Pennington to look forward to in October. And all this time I was mentally preparing for one of the most dangerous fights in Tatiana's career against Zhang Wei Li. And if she was to lose that fight, it would suck, but so be it. It's her chance to fight for the belt against the best in the world. But now she's going to have to risk losing to freaking Mr. Island Boy over here? Really? Like, what happens if Tatiana Suarez loses? Okay, then we move on. Virna's the number 1 contender. She gets a title shot. But Tatiana is being screwed over here. And she's taking a risk for nothing. She's got nothing to gain winning this fight. Okay, Virna has less to lose, more to gain. Tatiana has nothing to gain, and she's got way more to lose taking this matchup. Because if she loses, there goes her undefeated record. There goes her title shot. If Virna Jandiroba loses, I mean, it's kind of expected that she's going to lose to Tatiana, which I think she will, because she got out wrestled by Carla Esparza, and I think her record is padded. I don't think she's that freaking good. But what's funny is, if Tatiana wins this fight, you guys still aren't going to give her credit. You guys are still going to say she's still overrated. She still beat a young Grasso, who we learned can't wrestle for shit. And her Carla win doesn't matter, and she beat a washed Andrade. But when Natalia does it, oh, it's so impressive. But when she goes from beating 3 former champions and a streaking contender in Virna, all you guys won't give a shit. You guys will still discredit Tatiana Suarez, and you will still say she's not deserving of a title shot. And Weili will probably still find a way to try to avoid her as much as possible. She'll probably try to run in the flyweight division or something in her next fight against Valentina and take an L there. because she knows that Tatiana Suarez is a horrible matchup for her. She's been doing everything in her power, putting off this matchup. I am absolutely fuming right now. I'm furious that Tatiana is not fighting for the belt. And I'm even more furious that Zhang Weili gets the privilege of sitting out. And there's not even going to be an interim title on the line. If they were going to make an interim belt, you know what? I'd be okay with that. An interim title is fine, but again, it's women's MMA. The UFC never makes women's MMA interim title fights because they're freaking stupid, right? And Dana White, like the bitch he is, like the bald bitch he is, doesn't care about women's MMA. So he lets inactivity from female champs slide. He's like, oh, who cares if Nunes is inactive? She's going to destroy these contenders anyway. She can sit on the belt and do what she wants. If Weili chooses to be inactive, well, who cares? She's going to destroy all these contenders anyway. Who cares if she chooses to be inactive? You know, I've given Valentina a lot of crap, but at least Valentina Shevchenko is active and at least is fighting twice a year as a defending champion. Like, going forward next year, I expect Valentina Shevchenko to fight twice a year, which I believe she will, which I respect her for that. But Weili gets to just sit on the belt, not fight, not do anything because she's damn lazy. She shows up to the Noche UFC event. I'm expecting a fight announcement between her and Suarez, having them both on split screens on a crowd cam announcing their fight. That didn't even happen. And now Weili or Suarez is taking another fight with no interim title. I would be less worried about Tatiana losing if there was an interim belt on the line, because at least she could lose in a title fight. Now she could lose in a number one contender fight and never get to fight for the belt ever. And that annoys me. And even if she wins this fight, I gotta wait even longer for her next title shot. I gotta wait till summer of 2025, July 2025, because I'm sure Weili, like the pussy, I'm not gonna call her a pussy, she's not a pussy, she kicked my ass. But Weili will just sit out and do nothing until summer next year, and Dana White will let it slide, and so these dumb fans, these sheep for fans, will just accept Weili sitting out and doing absolutely nothing. And that annoys me. I'm not here to make a prediction. I think Tatiana is going to win, but I am frustrated that she's not getting her title shot. Bullshit.